Welcome back to 843 TV. We now have the pleasure of being joined by James Wedgeworth from Charter One Real Estate. How are you?
It's great to be here.
We're happy to have you. So everybody, real estate is a huge topic all the time.
Yeah.
So give us a summary of 2014 and kind of what you saw.
There was a country music song one time and the title was Thank God and Greyhound She's Gone. That's kind of the way most of us feel about 2014 locally. Right. It was a very challenging year. We had an extremely slow fall. Sales were down on Hilton Head, just on the mainland, probably about 10% from 2013. And we didn't have people standing in line to buy them in 2013. Right. So, you know, it was a rough year. We did all right. It stabilized is what I tell people. It stabilized, but prices unfortunately haven't started rising much yet. So.
Okay.
So do you have any predictions for 2015?
Oh my gosh, we're full of predictions. Most of the time they don't come true. But here's what I think's happening. This is just my gut based on what's happened recently. We were extremely slow in September and October. Everybody was waiting for the midterm elections. I think I sold 8 houses the week after the midterms were over. And I noticed this week, like New Year's weekend, I've never had so many people call. So I think we have what we call, Mary, pent-up demand in our business. Since this is a second home market, people don't have to have it. I mean, if you're living in Chicago and you get transferred to Cleveland, you got to buy a house. You don't have a choice. But most of our buyers are a lot of second home buyers, so they don't have to buy. So they have been waiting and waiting. They don't wait forever. You know, Mrs. Jones is telling Mr. Jones, I want a place at the beach, and he's going, we'll wait till next year, we'll wait till next year. Well, next year's here. So I do think we're going to see more activity in 2015 based on what we saw in 2013 and 14. I hope so anyway.
Indeed.
Are you still seeing the foreclosures in today's market?
That's an interesting question. I get asked that almost every day. Actually, we're seeing less and less every month, but we're still having them now. We're a little different from a lot of the markets. I've got a real good friend that sells real estate in Phoenix, and they had, I think she told me, 2 foreclosures in their market in 2014. We have a lot more. But back in like 08 and I think in 09, 1 out of every 4 sales that occurred was a bank foreclosure sale. Well, that destroys the market, and it destroyed our market. And people don't realize a lot of times a seller will tell us, well, I'm not going to sell my house for that because I'm not a foreclosure. But really, to be honest with you, Richard, the buyer, they really don't care. They just want the best buy. And if the house is in good condition, which a lot of them are, the foreclosures, a lot of the banks go and fix them up, then they don't care if it's foreclosure or not. But we're still having some. It still has an effect on our market. But the effect that it has today is like 1/10 the effect it had in 2009.
Well, don't you think it was actually the foreclosures were driving the values at that time?
Oh my gosh,
whereas
they were killing
now
the values.
It seems like the values are a little healthier.
Yeah,
and foreclosures are just kind of part of the mix.
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious, what effect do you think the international market has had on the Hilton Head real estate market?
That's a great question. I'm so glad you asked that. I was just in Miami for the Orange Bowl. And my wife and I went to South Beach, and I think the day we were there, I was the only person there that spoke English.
Wow.
Now, that's debatable whether I speak English.
Right.
Assuming that you agree that I speak English.
Absolutely.
The international market's been, there are 2 good resort markets in the country today. That's South Florida because of the Latin money, and the Hamptons because of the European money. Those are the 2 places most of the international buyers come from. We're beginning to get a few here, but not very many. I've done a lot of things, like my website now is in 66 languages.
Wow.
You can hit your flag and it will go to Spanish or French or whatever. And I've joined several international organizations where I am networking with different realtors in different countries to try to bring more international buyers here. Because if we can get more international buyers here, it's going to be a big plus for the real estate market. First of all, they use the cash buyers.
Right.
And if they came to Hilton Head, they would love it. They just don't know about it. So
That's
we're
true.
trying to have more
market it more.
to market and have more awareness of the international market? That's a great question, though. We all need to be more conscious of that.
Well, and I think, don't you think that's a big segment of growth for our
It is.
area in the coming 5-10 years?
Oh, it is. People are going to eventually find out more about Hilton Head. Right. We found that there are 3 strong international markets in the eastern United States. That's New York, South Florida, and Orlando. But we have a few, but it needs to be a lot more. It's a great opportunity for Hilton Head.
Absolutely.
Maybe the town can do something. I don't know.
I know. International marketing, right?
Hey, maybe you could be the international marketing director for the town. Yeah.
In
You
your
don't have
spare
enough to
time.
do, do you?
In your spare time.
I mean, you don't have much to worry about in these
regulations.
these flood issues, you know.
Well, for those, I mean, a lot of people know who you are already, but real quickly in the last few seconds here, give us a quick bio about you, how long you've been selling real estate, and just your background.
This is my 34th year selling real estate. I tell people that I came here on vacation and never left, which is a true story.
Yeah.
I was living in Nashville, Tennessee at the time. I had several friends that had worked for the same company in college I'd worked for that were selling real estate, and they kept telling me, you need to come here, you need to come here. And I didn't know where Hilton Head was. I knew where South Carolina was, but I made a trip down here in 1981. We just absolutely fell in love with the island, and I said, wow, this is a great place to live. If I could live here, then I don't have to wait till I retire to live here. So we picked up, sold my house. I actually didn't sell my house. I put my house on the market, had a 1-year-old baby, and we moved here. And as the old saying is, real estate been very, very good to me. I've enjoyed every minute of it. But
And your story is the story of a lot of folks who just come
Right.
down here to vacation and
Stay
boom.
forever.
that's why I said if we could get these Europeans to come here,
They
they'll
don't know
stay
what
here
they're
forever.
missing. They don't know what they're missing. Absolutely.
Well, thank you for joining us.
That's great.
We
I always
appreciate
enjoy it.
Yes, sir. And thank you for watching 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.